The Bunker Project is brought to you by Wix.com, the easiest place to create a frickin' awesome website online.
Isn't that a bit harsh?
We're explicit.
Not explicit enough.
Welcome back to another episode of The Bunker Project. This is episode number 102.
Dalmatian.
All right, we're back again for another episode of The Bunker Project. My name's Andrew McGivern, and I'm here with the co-pilot of The Bunker Project, Bob Garlick.
Hello.
And we've got all the mavens here in the house. We've got a whole bunch of them here. We're going to do a roundtable introduction, but before we do, we'll just give you a brief summary of what we're going to talk about today. Bob, what are we going to talk about?
Haven't the foggiest idea.
We're going to talk a little bit about phones.
You think so?
Yeah, Samsung,
We tried to slip
Apple.
that into the last show. I think we should just jump to Samsung says
Well, that's what I just
patents.
said. That's what I just said. We're going to talk about.
No, that's law stuff. That's not like Android and this. It's like two companies fighting it out in court.
So
Totally
read the
different.
headline then. Samsung
Totally
says it's patented iPhone's best features before Apple did.
All right, let me just show
There you
that
go.
to our watching audience.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Klout and Klout's new algorithm and what it means. We're going to talk about a cool new app that lets you find out how many fake followers you have. And some of us who have a lot of followers have a surprisingly few amount of fake followers, which is really cool to know. And we're going to talk about airtime and its lack of virality and much, much more. But before we go into that, let's do the roundtable introduction, and we're going to start with...
One-word responses.
We'll start with me, Andrew McGivern, at Podcast Hero on Twitter. And I am a mobile technology guy. I've been selling cell phones for 15 years, and not cell phones, but smartphones and mobile solutions for businesses.
50 characters.
And also do podcasting and all sorts of stuff. And I'm here with Bob. You can go next.
All right, I'm Bob. Just Google Bob Garlick, CK, and 9 pages. Still. It's crazy.
I've got like 9 pages too, but I've got
me.
this other Andrew McGivern that's infringing on my pages, and he's an actor. And
You just got to trump him, man. I mean, all like there's Bob Garlick's all over the world, they hate my guts.
Wait,
Really?
roll back for a second.
It's a very common name.
There's an impersonating Andrew McGovern.
No, he's a real Andrew McGivern.
He's the real one.
He's a real one, but he's also an actor, and he's got like 3 spots in the first 5 pages.
What movies?
I don't know. A moment in time or something like that. I don't know.
I think everybody wants to watch.
Maybe Marcel knows.
No, I don't. You are aware you need to cut off his head now and take his powers like in Highlander? 'Cause there can only be one. You know this, right?
There can only be one. There can only be one.
Thank God.
All right. So Bob, at Bob Garlick, right?
If you like.
Yep.
That's one of the things I've got.
BobGarlick.com.
Hey, Dawson.
Yeah.
You're next. Tell us about yourself. Got 30 seconds.
All right. Well, I'm a digital media consultant and developer.
Nice.
So I've done lots of, digital media projects, ranging from, computer-based interactives, motion videos, animation. I got started doing this kind of stuff like back in the 90s, mid-90s. And I was kind of like a computer whiz kid with it. So, got involved in different projects. Most of it is kind of the stuff I did was kind of like social consciousness kind of stuff. So
cool.
I did a lot of things for a science museum.
So where are you? Where are you calling
I'm in
from?
Berkeley right now.
Oh, nice,
Berkeley,
California. Cool.
Any particular dorm or a frat house, maybe?
No. He lives at home.
It's a virtual house.
I live in a house in Berkeley. I don't go to the university here.
Smart move.
All right.
Yeah,
so
Dawson also used to
waste your time and money in a place like that.
He used to be from. I went to school with him.
I went to school.
Oh, there's a connection.
Poor man.
There's a Maven connection.
There is a Maven connection, yeah.
All right, James, Bulls,
and he made one of the best video games of all time. It was called Edgar Lopez, Janitor of Souls. It was a student project.
Cool. Is it available online?
It is available online, isn't it, Dawson?
We'll put the link on show notes. What's the link,
yeah.
dude?
I'll have to.
Or you can look at the trailer on
Just
YouTube.
email us.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
YouTube.
a trailer on YouTube. It's kind of it was done at the time. It was a mod for Unreal. So it's like you have to have Unreal in order to actually play the game.
It was a third person shooter game where you had to be a janitor cleaning a mansion full of ghosts using your mop and your broom.
Oh, nice.
And it had a sidekick by the name of Pandaid,
Okay.
and that was me.
Yeah.
All right. So
I think you should have called him Sloppy Joe. You know?
so
Sloppy James.
One last question before we move on. How do you feel about black beer?
That's a tough one.
About
You love it.
yeah, Vancouver's a cool place. I like it up there.
It's an awesome place. Right on.
We have
Okay.
better pot.
So let's. Actually, California is like the mecca of pot now.
No way, Vancouver.
Okay, you cannot
Much
beat
nicer.
BC, but come
Yeah.
on.
Okay. Fair enough. But
Oh, that's they always wipe out Amsterdam. When
but
you go there.
but
Yeah,
the
they got
industry,
sun-grown down here.
the medical
Yeah,
marijuana
yeah.
industry in LA is bigger than Starbucks.
What?
There's more
And their
medical
branding
marijuana.
sucks.
There's more medical marijuana, legal medical marijuana dispensaries in LA than there is McDonald's.
Just goes to show if you
And-
have a good product. Fuck branding.
Yep. If people want it, they'll go and buy
They'll
it.
buy it no matter what.
Yeah.
I have a friend
They'll
who
steal
lied.
to get it.
I have a friend who lied to his doctor and said he had insomnia and he gets free medicinal weed.
Ow.
I don't get it. And
Because you don't have
Yeah,
You
you
don't
gotta have a
have
terminal.
insomnia, man.
You gotta be terminal.
You got to get glaucoma.
you're suffering
Well, it's a
from
stress,
you're suffering
backache.
from
I'm getting sunstrokes.
you're suffering from a conscience. That's why.
You shouldn't be doing that in public.
Anyways, no.
Mm.
Next, let's move on to the number cruncher maven.
Well, hang on. Do you think we could have a medical tourism industry here in BC
Oh,
for
yeah.
the summer? I mean, get Tourism BC to promote it. Be freaking awesome, right?
I almost went into that business, and I decided not
Great
to because it
facilities.
was riddled with unsavory individuals.
Yeah.
People that want to cut out your organs.
Well, all right. Savory compared to sweetened.
So
What?
so another person that doesn't want to cut out your organs is the number cruncher maven, right?
Oh, Evie.
Cut out or cut off.
Well,
Slice and dice.
isn't it true that
It
he
all
has
depends on how much they're worth.
He
But-
even
well,
has
true.
He even guarantees he won't get audited.
I can. I can't guarantee you will never get audited, but
Yeah.
if you ever are because of something we've done, we'll sit through it for free.
Wow.
Yeah.
My audit's
So your
15, 20
guarantee,
minutes.
your guarantee is that what you do will not cause an
An
audit.
audit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, that's cool.
And the audits that I've been through, the auditors have at the end of it said it's like this is the best set of books they've seen in a long time.
Nice set of books you got there. son.
Oh, I got a nice set of books.
You swanked in here on Wednesday. Thursday we were out. You're good. Come see me anytime.
It's like I need a cigarette. My name's Randall Orser, and it's at Number Crunchers is my Twitter handle. So if you want to look us up, paperworknightmare.com
Hey,
is
do you got
my
any
blog.
hashtags for that Twitter account?
I like that.
I don't really have
You know,
many
like
hashtags.
paperwork.
Small biz, taxes, hashtag taxes I use, hashtag small biz, BIZ.
What do you think, Bonnie?
I saw
Give him
you
a better
using,
hashtag, for God's
a couple
sake.
weeks
He's-
ago, I saw you using Bunker Project,
100?
Bunker 100.
Bunker
I
100,
saw that.
yeah.
Ah,
Hashtag Bunker
yeah.
100.
Well, there's only like 40 tweets to worry about, so you know.
Yeah. Did we pass London 2012 and the run rate for tweets per hour?
We told,
No.
I think we did.
we got a call from Ladner saying like your bandwidth, you're just messing up our bandwidth. 7-Eleven shut down, so
I got to remember to
back off on those tweets.
I got to remember to go back into Buffer and order my tweets
Rebuff.
because I was like 2 weeks behind. So now today there's a bunch of Bunker Project 100 hashtags coming out.
Don't you just hate that?
Anyways, Bonnie's in the house.
I am.
Bonnie.
So Facebook.
So Facebook, so what about
Yeah, instead of Twitter, let's talk about Facebook.
Okay, I'm there. All right. Is this part of your Vegas US thingy that happened, or is this after that?
No. It's just that I used to. I was very protective of my brand, and I had to be very businesslike. And then one day I found one of those, cute things that was really sarcastic, and I thought, shit, that's me. So now I
Cute
just
and
put,
sarcastic.
Yeah, cute and sarcastic. So
Good
now
combo.
So my favorite one today is being popular on Facebook is like sitting with the cool kids at the insane asylum. It was funnier when it was on Facebook. So that's my whine.
But also, too,
You think
it's
so?
like-
So you're appealing to your audience, basically.
You can't. You
Yeah,
can't tweet.
absolutely.
I agree. So you can post business stuff, and then you can post ridiculous, stupid, hilarious, funny, sarcastic stuff, and people just eat that up.
They do.
On Facebook, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whereas on
think-
Twitter,
I
you're
think
going
links
to get
to
tons of,
pussycats.
for the same things that you put on the business stuff on Twitter, you're going to get tons of click-throughs and tons of
Yeah, absolutely.
retweets and stuff.
Different audience.
But on Facebook, I'm not here for that.
No.
I want to see kittens.
cat videos.
I want to look at a
puppies.
sarcastic
Wait.
card that makes me laugh.
Or
Yes.
inspirational something or others. That,
Cat videos.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, are we talking about the same service? Because that sounds like they're both the same things. Because I've seen
do you
people on
mean?
Twitter putting up cat videos, and I've seen people on
You should
Facebook.
I
check.
know, but they're
you should check it
idiots.
out on LinkedIn. It's cats with ties. on.
Well, actually, LinkedIn just got their Twitter ties cut,
Yes.
right?
That was weeks ago.
Dun, dun,
That was weeks
Yeah.
ago.
we
They
covered
did-
that
cord
weeks
has been
ago. I
severed.
think.
Yeah.
Backtracking, I'm going to take this opportunity to plug the Kitten Yearbook. Watch for it.
Okay, you got to put your microphone up. That's a little bit too.
Yeah, and
but
he
Marcel-
uses a
Weird.
hashtag for God's
You're
sake.
drooping there. Come on.
You got to put it up because
You got to get it up.
Firm him up.
But
firm
I've
him
said
up.
this before. Marcel understands the number one goal of the internet.
Okay,
Kittens,
it's hard
Sarcasm.
for me to get
No.
Marcel's
kittens
microphone up.
equal clicks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They do, and the cuter they
100%
are.
possible.
Because if we actually, you guys want to do some history for people, is if you go back, like they say that.
Are we still doing a round table?
7 or 8 weeks.
I thought.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Holy
Then.
crap! Sorry.
Margaret.
The round table always
we have a
goes
very
like this during the
debative
second
type
round.
Yes.
mood this afternoon.
Just cut in.
I am Margaret Reynolds, BC_insurance gal, the insurance maven who will Reynolds wrap your risks and give you peace of mind.
That's wrists,
Ah.
not wrists.
Hey,
That's a whole different podcast.
I'm just amazed you can
That's
remember
the
that.
her
one.
bondage
other
podcast.
Holy
But you know, I
crap.
have to say, I had a conversation online with Sand. She was here on the last
You guys
show.
are fisticuffing it. I saw it.
and,
Yeah.
and he was saying that, people, if you have a bunch of followers, do you really get any ROI? Do you get any return on that? And I said, it's not the number of followers you have, it is the content. Because in my first year on Twitter, I had 6 clients that contacted me through Twitter, became clients. And
That's because you're charming. You can
Very.
just, whip up an amazing 120 characters.
it's
It
content.
blows my mind.
It's content. It's not the numbers.
So clean.
You need numbers to get,
I've
I-
got huge
more
numbers and my content.
I
sucks.
became a client because of her tweet.
Really?
Rand and I became friends because of tweeting through a shared painful marketing seminar.
Oh yes, good old MMS 11.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you tagged them.
MMS 11.
Whoa, this
What's
guy's
that?
still got it
That
out
was a
for you.
hashtag.
What the hell was it called? Marketing.
Hashtag.
It was a marketing
MMO.
mastery
Mastery
summer. And it
Summit.
was very painful, and there was a whole group of us that
Oh,
bonded over
God.
lunch. But since then, from that and
That one
from becoming
doesn't
aware
sit
of each
well.
other through Twitter, from that I have got clients. But I mean, in my first year, when I
I
had
just
less
got a
than 1,000
reputation.
followers, I got clients, and it wasn't from trying to sell anybody. It was just from providing good content.
Okay.
And
So
people,
what
uh,
we're talking about here
And
is
people wanting to
community.
engage with you, right? That's
Good
it.
It's
community,
it's
and it's just
community.
content without
A trusted
being
community.
pushy.
I read a good
Social
tweet.
Once they
media,
have the trust, you can
social
never-
media foreplay.
Baby.
Yes.
Take your time. It's
I
always
read a
Don't
really-
be wasting.
Because
I
it's
read a-
always better.
I read a really good tweet last night from the SMCYVR. They were doing their.
What's that?
It's the
Social
social
Big
media club
acronym.
in Vancouver. They were here a couple of episodes ago. Anyways, somebody said
like
it,
20?
it's about the
Remember
conversation
the
and
big
not the
group
bucks.
that was
Oh
here?
no,
Yeah.
I
Hey,
You had the
wasn't here.
flu that
as
day.
long as you got the sponsorship, it's about the conversation, not
It's
about
not.
the
Yeah,
bucks.
it's
yeah.
about the conversation. it's
But you
not
got to
about
get
the
that
bucks.
sponsorship first, and then
Yeah, and if
But
you're
then it all
providing good
doesn't matter.
content, though, people like it because they look cool putting their content out too. That's the number one
hey,
rule of content.
piggybacking brands is a
Good
very, very.
content, and it also too. It's like I've run into so many people. Sorry to hog the time, but there's
Please go for it.
so
Go for
many
it.
people. They said, I like the fact that you provide content that doesn't take me back to your website.
Oh, hang on a second. Aren't we still doing the round?
This
I
is
thought so.
important
It's
stuff about social media.
Oh, okay, fine.
It's about
Yeah, no, that's a good point. But what's the rule on that? So is it
Well-
like 2 out of 10, 3 out of
15% is
50,
15%.
yeah.
good guideline.
And now is it in terms of promoting yourself? Is it a link back to a blog post that you wrote that's should be 1 out of 10 or whatever, or is it something that you're directly promoting that you're going to make money at? That is.
I don't think it matters.
because
Yeah.
if you're like a online celebrity or whatever, the people that are following you because they want your content. So if you're putting out your content, in a
different
large
strokes for
percentage.
different folks. Different
Yep.
different
That's
businesses
totally
are going to be
different.
different things. I mean, for me, I don't want to drag people back to my insurance website all the time.
No, but let's say you
I
were.
want to provide
God,
good
no.
content.
But let's say you were
I-
a prolific blogger on insurance, and you were sending people back to
I still
content that
wouldn't
you
want
were
to do it all the
creating.
time.
Well,
Not all the time.
here's the thing.
No,
though,
not all the time.
It's
but
not
stop-
all about me. It's about providing good content that I
yeah.
think my followers might be interested
And
in.
there's
Information.
already something else here. I mean, if you're already providing good content, you're a notable blogger, you've already got web traffic to your website. Chances are people aren't going to your Twitter to get your content. They're going directly to your website.
Yeah.
That's like one of their
They
stops.
subscribe.
Well,
to
They might
I
find
have to
you
say,
through
I'm
Twitter
going to
initially,
disagree
but
because
Then they'll stay
I'm
like
gonna
after a
disagree.
while.
All right, let everybody have a turn.
I'm going to disagree.
Well,
for
hang on, it's not
the
your turn.
first two, it's still my turn, Bob.
See, if you're going to jump right in there,
It's still my
fine. You want me to
turn.
play
She cut herself off. I
hardball?
can't believe you cut yourself
No,
off.
for
Don't
chop
make her
this
reach
down
over
to
the table.
CBC level.
And although it is
Hang on. For the first 2 years, for the first 2 years of my social media life, I didn't
Yes.
even have a website.
Well, that's good. You're a really good networker.
That was before she met
Wow.
Wix.com.
Dun dun dun.
Yes, and then I felt.
Wix.com.
Oh, hey, aren't those our
Made it
sponsors?
easy
Then
for
I
her to
became
create
the
a
Wicked
website.
Wix in the West, and I have a Wix website, but still,
You've
it's
got
like
some killer Wix T-shirts too.
I do have.
She
some
saw all
really
these
They know how to
websites
design
and she's like,
t-shirts.
how can I make one of those? I have no idea.
No,
How can I
actually,
monetize it?
I did have an idea because I do have a desktop publishing background.
Hey,
anyway,
you're ruining,
But
you're
my
ruining the
question
ad.
is, yeah.
But no,
But
actually, I'm gonna.
However,
Wix is awesome because
Yeah.
you can build a website and you can link it to your domain for less than $5 a month.
Yeah.
When I was first in the industry, I had a website, and it was pretty much, it was
Sucked?
no,
it's expensive.
It was expensive, $65. It was similar in
That's
that I
cheap.
could control the content, but it was $65 a month.
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah, so it's like Wix rocks.
Yeah, Wix does rock, and they make it easy.
It's
They make it as
basically
easy
free.
as they can.
It's basically free.
Okay, I'm done.
Let's move on to Marcel, the movie
So
yearbook.
easy.
dude.
Oh my
Margaret
God, are we
could do
still
it.
doing that round table?
Please.
God, it's good. Soon, I think we should
Hey,
just
Mo-
change
your-
it.
your
The round
microphone,
table
man.
show.
Marcel, would you get it
Work
up, please?
the
Just
damn mic,
flip it up.
Marcel.
Flip it up so that it is
I can't
actually...
keep his
Come on,
mic
get
up.
that roadie. Get that roadie.
James? Get in there.
James, you're the only one that can
I
do
love
it.
how I have not
I
put
think I
an
wet
ounce of
myself.
effort. I have not put an ounce of effort into fixing the mic problem. Margaret's doing all the work, and I'm like, yeah. do
Yeah,
it.
go for it.
You're the talent. We understand that. That's why we take good care of you.
All right, so I am Marcel from the world's best and active website of all time, themovieyearbook.com. Also, whatever relaunched something or other I'm going to come up with next month. I am relaunching it. Will be something else. Watch for it.
Kitty porn.
Also,
The kitten yearbook.
Yeah.
that's not next month. That's in January. It's a year of kittens, Margaret.
Oh, sorry.
It's kitty
Keep
porn.
up. Keep up, Margaret.
I feel like I've been spanked.
Ooh.
Also, appearing next month, September 11th, best date ever for a fun time, at Yuck Yucks. On
It's a
the
bomb.
on the first edition of West Coast East oh my God, I can't even say it. On the first edition of West Coast Geeks versus Nerds. Also, I totally asked y'all to follow them last
Y'all?
week at
Y'all?
WC_Geeks versus Nerds. None of y'all have done it. It's been over an
Sorry.
hour. Also,
When did I
also-
transport
I haven't
to
had
the
a
south?
chance.
We
Wait,
haven't
sorry.
left the room,
I'm
dude.
only
It's the
using-
beer.
I'm only using y'all because you guys made
This,
fun of
this
me
has
last
been
time. I thought you'd get that.
now.
Anywho,
I'm liking the
Well, if you're
y'all.
gonna use y'all, you just gotta talk right. That's y'all, you know.
I can't.
All
do
right. I
voices.
think Dawson will probably do a
so,
better job.
I totally asked y'all to follow Geeks vs. Nerds West Coast. None of you did. In real life, it's been about an hour. In podcast time, it's been over a week. That's offensive.
I'll get
guys.
right on it next
Please
5
follow
minutes,
them.
okay?
I'll do it right now.
All right, and we'll put it in the show notes as well so that you can go back and... 'cause
James.
he was talking fast and
Furious.
furious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
explain to Dawson what the hell's going on, okay? Because Dawson's kind of shaking his head.
So Dawson and I. So this is James at Twisted_Magic. So when Hangouts on Air first came online, I asked Dawson to be on one of my first shows because I thought it was a good idea.
Doing dishes with James?
No, this was talking
Cookie
about
Monster?
games with James, which have
Oh.
ended up becoming a bunker project
Segment.
thing.
Oh,
So
hang on.
and so we were just goofing around, and I was like, "Hey, Dawson, you got to be serious. You got to like take this like totally serious, and we're gonna talk about video games very eloquently." Within like the first 5 minutes, he already had Google Apps open, and he was putting on like a crazy hat and some like ridiculous mustache, and started pretending he was someone else.
Wow.
So that shows you what happened when you're trying to organize some sort of content.
Hiding behind.
When you're trying to be
icons.
serious,
And
everybody
trying to
else
be serious
just
about it.
wants
So,
to.
so this is a shout out to anybody that's doing a video. Make sure you have a shooting script. You know.
Yeah, like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have your show notes.
Follow the script
pull the
so
other
well.
one.
Gotta have
So-
your show notes.
Oh my God, there's a script.
So this is
It's
the
written on a
guy.
napkin.
Is this the same guy that
What?
does Hangouts as Cookie Monster?
No,
it wasn't
no, those
Hangouts.
are
That was
airtime.
airtime.
That's airtime. We're
That's
going to talk
airtime.
about that a little
Yeah.
bit
Oh,
later.
I'm sorry.
All right, we're going to move on to the newly crowned
Can't keep up.
Savin' Maven.
I do a lot of
Cool.
He gets a free Maven certificate
I thought it was a frugal maven.
because he's given everybody
thought you
here
said
and
the Savin'.
every listener who bothers to ask a free $30 Savin' Maven.
Using
card.
the code bunker at GRVD.
GVR deals. That was last week, and I have to say I'm very excited that in the last week I've actually promoted myself, I guess, to Savin' Maven from Frugal Maven.
Yeah,
I'm
he-
honored.
I like that,
I'm
yeah.
honored. I want to
I
thank
like-
everybody.
I vote for Savin' Maven.
Save
Well
it, Maven.
played.
Savin'
And-
Maven sounds pretty good.
we had at the 100th episode we had the Ragin' Maven here, and
How-
now
how
we've got
many-
the
The
Savin'
Raging
Maven.
Cajun Maven?
Or was it the Cajun Maven?
The raging
So
fire.
So many
GVRdeals.com.
Mavens.
We say save money. It's that simple, and we promote lots of businesses. We want to make it good for businesses. We want to make it good for our members, so you can save money every day for a year at lots of different businesses throughout
Okay,
the Lower Mainland.
I'm just going to interrupt you here.
Go.
So, what's the deal for people that are listening right now?
Yeah, no, but like, what's the what's
give us a break.
in
Give
the
us a
nutshell?
deal.
Like, what's the difference? Like, what like all these problems with Groupon and all these? Everybody knows it's killing businesses.
Oh, don't get him
and blah,
started
blah.
on Groupon.
I don't
Oh
want-
my God.
There's no point in slamming anybody else. It's best to build yourself up. But with these daily deal sites, we've found that some businesses have said they come in, they want me to give 50 or more % off just to get people to
75.
come in the door.
75%.
75%. And then the coupon site takes half of that. So
Yep.
if I go to a website and I see that someone's giving 90% off of something, first
That's
thing I think is
crazy.
either
They're
they were
getting
way
5%.
overpriced, they were way overpriced to begin with,
Yes.
or they're just about to go out of business and they're getting everything they can get their hands on.
Yep.
But what we do is we say to the businesses, you don't have to give 50% off just to get someone to come in the door. Give them 15%, give them 20%, give them 25%, give them a chance to come in and try something new. See if they like it, and that's when you use your VIP card. You just come in, you show it. It's that easy. But if you like it, you can use it tomorrow. You can use
Yeah.
it next week. You can use it next month. What's better, saving 50% once or saving 20%?
So if they do
all
like
year.
say if they do a 50% deal, how much of that deal do you take?
I get none of that.
Wow.
We promote the businesses because we want people to come into those places because we know if we get lots of great businesses, and we have about 65 or 70 right now, then there's more value in the card for our members, and that's what it's all about. So
And the members pay $30.
the member pays $29. He
Yeah.
gets to use that card every day for a whole year at all of these different places as often as he likes.
And it's an
Except-
annual fee. An annual fee. So over
Yeah.
time you build up a ton of subscribers. You
Exactly.
can make some good money doing that.
Exactly.
And you're providing lots of value, and you're not screwing over the businesses.
That's the whole
Awesome.
idea.
All right, my question is, how much do bunker people have to pay for this $29 card?
I need to know how many bunker people there are.
Oh, there's
Oh, there's like
10
50
million.
or 60 of them, for God's
50
sake.
or
screwed, man.
No,
60.
there's not
There's
that
like
many.
the whole
Oh,
world.
there's
really only
three.
5.
the whole world
You're-
listens to the
you're in
Bunker
the-
Show, man.
Here we are. There's like
It's a good thing
7
the
of
world
us.
only has 5 people in it.
You just gave away the farm.
I know.
No, but the
No.
thing is,
Seriously, though.
Andrew's right. We do have listeners from all over the world.
But also, too, we're going to be tweeting this, promoting the service. And we're going to be promoting it on our Facebook page.
Oh, yeah, it's huge
Well, I'll tell you-
value
I'll
to
tell you
Bruce.
what.
Are you
Talking
kidding?
about it. We're going to be inviting him to networking events. And, yeah, so...
Well, I'd love to
We're your
come
new best
because I
Tarting
need,
him
I need
around
to
town.
learn.
We're your new
I
best
need
What do you
to
think,
learn
Bonnie?
what to
What do you
do.
think, Bonnie? Bonnie's going to say something. What is it, Bonnie? Come
Huh?
on. Kill. No, you're so
Just
sweet.
going to say
No.
something nasty.
I think
Yeah.
the Bunker Project people, but the people that we promote to, I think, should pay full price.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you bet.
Well, I'll tell you what. I have a promotional
You're so ruthless.
discount code that I've created for the Bunker people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody with the Bunker Project, capital B Bunkers, so BUNKER, up until the end of, let's say, the end of August. You get the card for free. So
You know what?
if you hear this, or if you are in this room with me, between now and the end of August, you get your card for free. So if you want to tell your friends about it, please do. And then after that, we'll make the card $10.
Okay, well, so what about this?
Ooh.
What happens if I don't live in BC can I get a 1-year hiatus on that? So if I'm coming to BC as a tourist at great expense, I can use one of your cards. Would that be cool or what?
I think it makes only
You
sense
could sync it for like a 2-month period.
for someone
when
who's
they're on
for someone who either lives here or is here now.
What is your Twitter handle?
At GVRD. You know what?
I'm not sure.
I don't even know. That's how
We'll
messed
put-
up I am.
We'll put these links
All
in
right.
the show notes.
That's messed up. Is that messed up?
He's attending Bunker University,
Well, no,
and he's
it's
going to
a-
learn all about this
I
stuff.
If you can get to your website, all those links are there. So
Yeah,
I mean,
the-
you
the
just need to
Facebook
get one
link is
place
there.
on the internet. You can get everywhere.
I have a Twitter follower.
One.
It's Marcel. He just followed you.
Wow. If I had one, I'd be impressed.
No. Give that man a hand. That's his first follower. Like, don't be mean.
What we
If you,
He
if
just
we-
got
if
into
we
this
can
stuff.
establish what your Twitter handle is, Marcel, I gave you the card. Find out what his Twitter handle is, and then we will promote that out. And hopefully by the end of tonight, you'll have more.
I'll know in the next 10 minutes.
You could
How are
trend.
you less technical than I am?
Wow, that's
Oh,
an
you
achievement.
just
Holy
got
smokes.
slashed.
And Marcel's microphone is drooping to the floor again.
felt
What's
like
going
it.
on with that?
Ouch.
Just
ouch.
tilt it up.
Trying.
Tilt
Maybe
it up.
maybe he's trying to speak out of another
Oh, James
lower
is up,
orifice.
and he's moving. James, go. Work that mic, James. Work that mic.
See how Margaret's is sticking up? You want
Yeah, you want to have it erect.
you want yours to do the same.
You know it's
Stiff
gonna be
and
better.
non-
You guys
You
just
know
saw
it's
the-
gonna be better if James does it for him.
It's definitely not a gay microphone.
James and your fake cigarette.
So tell me, you just slammed me. I can handle that.
He didn't slam you.
I wasn't slamming you.
He
I was
slammed you with
surprised
affection.
that someone's less technical than I am because I'm so not technical.
All right, let's jump into the
It's an obtuse
topics
insult.
of
I got
the
it.
week.
All right. Oh,
Oh,
okay. How many minutes are we in? Like 20 minutes?
26 minutes.
26 minutes.
into
We
the
just
show.
got through the intro.
It was a good intro,
So,
though.
You know,
There
it's
was
going to be a short show.
a lot of
We did a whole
digressions.
show once on
It
just
was,
intros.
it was a bonus intro.
It was a bonus
Oh,
intro.
look at
yeah,
this.
there
We
was
got,
some-
hang on. We've got ukulele made in USA strings, 4th string by Macadarian or something
What's
like
that
that.
mean?
That's in the hangout. He's holding up
Look
some
at this.
guitar
It's
strings. it
nice
looks like, or
material.
something. I don't
Whoa,
know.
beautifully shot.
Not sure what he's
dude.
doing. But
Beautifully shot.
briefly, let's touch on some technology stuff.
We got to get a big 28-inch monitor behind us. I
You
think that's
do.
the only. Oh, he's got it.
All right, stop
All right.
that.
Yeah,
Kill
that's
it.
totally.
Kill it.
That's yeah.
Let's get
Your
rid of
gain's up a little much. Though.
Play to your heart's content. All right, so
Hang on here. Where do we get?
I shut him off.
Dawson, you wanted to say something?
No. I
Oh, thanks.
I was thinking about playing the ukulele, but it's horribly out of tune.
All right.
Yeah, we noticed.
Yeah, I got this
I
really.
like that LED
Hey,
thing. What's
hey.
that, dude? Is that a tuner?
Hey.
This is a tuner. This
Yeah,
is a digital.
Hey, Dawson.
tuner, right?
Dawson.
D.
Can I ask Dawson a question?
Go for it.
So, can you play the music? Come on. Music.
That's better.
We'll kill the ukulele.
Yeah, he's going to F.
All right, that's awesome.
For
So
all of you people listening, we're
The
looking
musical
at.
stylings from Dawson.
He actually
Yeah,
is. He's
great.
actually a very
Action.
good saxophone player.
I
It's
believe
not a
it.
saxophone.
not a
it's- that's
saxophone.
No, he's playing the
ukulele.
ukulele,
Close.
but he's actually.
Hey, you know.
Anyways, I'm sure he's good at the ukulele too. It's just
So
that he's
Andrew,
good.
String
shall we
wind.
struggle our
Yes.
way into the
Yeah,
first?
so we're
should
not going
have
to
a
spend too much
PSA
time on
right
this,
now.
but who's been following the Samsung Apple thing?
I have.
He can't
So-
help it.
So Samsung says that it patented the
Say that 3
iPhone's
times. I know.
best features before Apple did.
That's what they say
Yeah,
in court.
in court, and some of the stuff that they're talking about is pretty funny, actually.
Do you not believe them?
Well, I mean,
Not really.
I think the problem is that the whole
Apple
patent.
stole everything. So why would they not have stolen the iPhone?
Hey, wait. I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like, there's this place, I think it's called like Xerox or something like that. I think Steve Jobs took a tour of one day. I don't know.
He actually he didn't actually steal that. He actually got Xerox to invest in Apple
That's sweet.
so they could get
job.
the GUI.
Good job.
Well, one of the things that
Nice
that
CYA.
Samsung actually has a patent on bookmarking a photo.
Nice ass, yes.
So if you take if you're using a phone and you take you're going through your pictures, and then you decide you want to take a picture. You take a picture, and then you go.
I'm surprised Kodak's not in on this.
You
going
go
like,
back.
We made a camera.
Kodak is gone.
No, but
Bankrupt.
But how is a digital camera different from a regular camera?
No, but we're talking about on a smartphone. If you
I know.
take a
That's
picture,
what I'm saying. Like,
if you take a picture and then go back to your photo album and you're mysteriously on the picture you left off on,
yeah.
that's using a Samsung patent. And the reason why Samsung didn't go after Apple,
That's a patent?
that's a patent.
Yep.
They own that. Samsung owns that, and the reason why they didn't go after Apple when
Just
the
to go
iPhone
back to
3GS came out is because they didn't put it out when the iPhone 3GS came out. It came in a later iOS update.
Doesn't matter.
So they
still own it.
snuck it in, and there's all sorts of things. But I mean,
It's pretty deadly.
if you
And
look
also-
at both arguments, there's
Yeah.
It's
they're-
just
they're
dueling-
copying each
it's,
other,
It's
but who
dueling
knows?
patents. Basically, I'd say,
Yeah.
how big is your stack? Or yours is like 4 foot 8 inches,
Mine
and
is
ours
way
is
bigger than yours.
4 foot 9 inches. So
You know, it'd be
look at,
crazy though
so-
if they ever decided to actually work together and
be too scary, man.
That would be
Oh.
pretty scary. But
Why doesn't
worse.
Apple just buy them out?
Apple, I think
well,
they're
Samsung
pretty
is
even. They're pretty
Samsung
even.
is huge.
Yeah, and
Samsung is
wasn't
huge.
it
Oh, yeah.
Bonnie? Weren't you the one that posted? No, it was something. Bonnie posted about how Google was winning the war, right?
Yeah.
But then I was reading an article that said that Bada is winning the iOS wars, which
What
is
does that
weird.
mean?
The Samsung, right? So iOS is what runs the
phone.
regular iPhone. Then you've got like your Android running Jelly Bean or
No,
you
but
know,
61%
ice cream sandwich.
of the
or 2.3
61% of the cell
Smartphones.
smartphones
are 2.3.
no
Or
are
Android.
Android.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
but
Android
that does
does-
not take into consideration the iPod Touch,
No.
and that's a
Which
mobile.
is not a phone.
It's not a phone, but it is a mobile device with an app marketplace.
So is a
You can
BlackBerry.
Skype.
Yeah, so is
yeah,
a BlackBerry.
true,
you
but
gotta
they
have a
only have
BlackBerry.
3% of
So
the
is a
market.
Playboy.
now.
Actually, BlackBerry
6%.
went down to 1.1% of the market.
But their BlackBerry 10 looks sweet.
Does it?
Actually,
Yeah, it looks
very
awesome,
cool.
and that's
If they ever launch
hey,
it.
But
they are
okay,
launching it.
but
They're launching
how
it in January.
How
or
loyal are
February.
BlackBerry users? Because here's
Very
just,
loyal.
here-
Totally.
okay,
Are you
Some
kidding?
are,
I
yeah.
have a really interesting tweet to read you from John Chow, who many of
All
you
right.
know.
Hello, John.
It's like some men, apparently, according to this link, would be happy to give up sex to get an iPhone 5 2 weeks early.
Wow.
I'm thinking these men are single.
Yeah, sex
No,
for
they're
2
definitely
weeks.
married.
Or they're
Wait,
married
just
and
keep
haven't
on
had
masturbating.
any for 2 years
Do you still
anyway.
have to pay for the 3-year contract on the phone or no?
Yes,
Is it
apparently
is it
yes.
free? Because if it's free, then sure, 2 weeks is fine. But if it's the 3-year contract, also,
Of course, it's
that's
a
always
3-year
free.
contract.
Yeah,
Of
that's
course,
dreaming.
yeah.
All are.
That's
Apple does
dreaming.
not give it away.
I'm not saying they give it away. I'm just saying like the amount for one of those 3-year contracts is way more than the price of the phone.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to have the plan anyways,
Totally.
so it's not really like you're paying more.
But it's data. We're all going
Yeah.
to just have data.
anyways.
So
I forgot what I was going to say.
Samsung versus
Ah,
Apple.
that's okay.
It's
Oh yeah, what I was going to say is okay. So we're talking about RIM. We were talking about Samsung.
yeah.
There's a huge, and I think it's a
Yeah.
great argument for Samsung buying RIM.
Yeah.
We talked
Because
about the
Sam-
Facebook phone.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
talked about
No,
Facebook,
Facebook's
and
not doing the phone.
I think Facebook is a good candidate for buying RIM too.
But they just said that
How
they
about
weren't going to do
Microsoft?
it.
yeah, but they've always said that.
Well, no, I know, but
They've always said they're not
Oh.
going
But
to.
once again, they've reiterated.
That's a good idea.
I know, Microsoft, because it's the same demographic.
Yeah, we talked about that too, but and they
I
could
like
do it
that
because
plan.
they've got the
they got money.
enterprise. They got the
Yeah.
exchange. They got the enterprise. BBM would and
Would work.
and
That would
the
improve
Bez
connection
server.
2 and 2 units. good.
It would work for them too, but Samsung is a dominant player. They basically own Android. They've taken over.
Yep.
Oh yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
They've got
Yeah,
60%,
yeah.
more than 60% of the Android market.
Yeah.
And they're also in Windows. They got their Windows Phone too.
They have their smart TVs out now.
and
And are they
and
not?
they are talking about creating their own OS.
They already have.
And that's
I
which
think they did,
which
didn't they?
OS?
I thought Bada
This,
was their OS.
Smartphone OS,
Well, their smartphone OS is
TouchWiz, but it's an overlay on top of Android.
usually
Yeah.
it's an SDK to run with anything Samsung. So.
Yeah. So, but if they're thinking about coming out with their own like full on smartphone OS, it would make sense to buy RIM.
It would make sense to buy RIM, but at the same time, if you're the largest Android provider, why rock the boat?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, who cares?
Well, because Samsung is a manufacturer, they
They don't have an
It's
OS.
a strategic partnership that would be beneficial in the long run rather than trying to do their own thing and wasting money.
They would have
wasn't there
total control. Over
Wasn't
it.
there something about
but
Google
Sony's
pissing
got-
a lot of the manufacturers off or something? I thought I remember reading something.
Well,
about
no,
that.
when they bought.
No, you're right. They do
Yeah.
piss off a lot of the manufacturers because they usually can dictate what kind of software.
Yeah, like
your
Microsoft
phones.
getting into the tablet business and
Yeah.
producing the Surface, they're pissing off their OEM
Oh, totally.
suppliers. But
It was only a matter of time.
yeah, but
Because,
there's
Microsoft was a hardware company first, not software
Thank you.
back in the day. So,
but they're setting up a.
They were software.
What do you mean they were a hardware company?
No, they were software.
well, okay, sorry. When I mean
They've
that,
always
I
been
mean
software.
that is when they hitched along with IBM, right?
Oh,
that
yeah.
Was,
yeah.
that was
But
basically.
do you know what
to sell the
software
hardware.
Microsoft produced first?
Which one?
They produced Word for
Yeah.
the Mac.
For the Mac.
That was what
oh,
they
yeah, that's
produced
right.
first.
Yeah, yeah. Pirates of the Silicon Valley. That was a great
Yeah.
movie.
You mean
yeah.
all three of them?
And it was Mac that had Lotus Notes on it, which made
Yeah.
it sell better in the 80s. So.
Cool.
Sorry, that's just some weird trivia that we all have
That's
stored in our
Nicely
head.
slung.
trivia.
Very well done.
But if you ever are on like
Apple
Jeopardy,
fanboy trivia.
yeah, if you're ever
Speaking
on,
of geeks versus nerds, I think aren't we both?
We're a geek nerd. Oh, somebody dropped their phone.
so what else
Okay.
what else are we talking about?
So the iPad Mini. The iPad Mini,
Is that for
7-inch
real,
tablet. It looks like it's for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's for real, and it's going to come in at the 200 to 250 range.
Are they going to call it a tampon?
Oh, man. Harsh.
eye
It's just
small.
Like zing.
Eye small.
Eye small.
What happened? Eye
Yeah.
small.
So what,
No man wants to admit he has an eye small.
What do you got there? I got my eye tiny.
so how about a Nexus 7?
That's
though?
pretty funny though. That,
Yeah,
like,
the Nexus 7.
I was a little slowpoke on that, but I totally get what Randall meant when.
Yes.
You're a slow poke.
Yeah, you know, like the. That's actually a
Whoa.
poke.
I'm not
Hey.
I'm not
sicker.
going to comment on that.
Okay.
So,
I think we need another beer.
Believe
so
that.
what I'm noticing with the Nexus 7 is
Doesn't
people
work.
who used to give away iPads are now giving away Nexus 7.
Because they're like $200. They're cheap.
They're
No,
shit. Oh,
No, they're great.
No,
they're great
great.
units.
You know, the only thing that's
They're-
wrong with the Nexus 7, and the only fault I can find is it doesn't have a
Backward-facing camera.
backward-facing camera.
I know.
Or even a half-decent camera.
No,
That's gotta be a
these
patent
no
thing then.
these are being given away.
No,
to-
it's the cost.
Cost.
They're
Yeah, it's a
being
cost,
given
yeah.
away to affiliates. This is a reason why you would do something. It's not because it's cheap. It's because it's cool.
It is cool.
And it's also they want to
It's cheap.
they want to compete with the Kindle Fire.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Kindle
well,
Fire
that's it.
is
That's
sick
what they're
too.
competing
No. These kind of people don't care about a Kindle Fire.
No, the Kindle Fire.
Google.
People
We're talking
are
about
gonna
Google though, right? Or we're
care.
talking about the affiliates.
The Nexus, the affiliates.
Okay.
So all of the affiliates and the JVs. So the if you have a new product that you're promoting,
Yeah.
so they send to all of their affiliates. We now have a new product, and if you sell more than anybody else does, or you're the first,
Yeah.
they used to give away iPads.
Yeah.
Now, more and more, they're giving away Nexus 7.
Yeah, because they're hot right now.
Yeah.
You can't even get the 16 gigabyte one now. It's gone. It's sold
Yeah,
out.
because it's cool. It's more
Yeah.
cool than an iPad
It's
right now.
it's totally cool.
That was my
And
only
you know
point.
Well, it's
for,
also
for the
was-
for the
guys, I
for
hate
the
to burst
price
your
Still, the
point,
iPad
for the
4
price
comes out
point,
anyway.
it's
It may
awesome.
be cool, but it's also very functional. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like it's not
Quad core.
It's because it's cool.
Like
no, because
it's unbelievable hardware at that
it's a
price.
nice chunk
It's an
of machine.
ultrabook, okay?
Yeah,
they can
it's-
call it a tablet all they want. You know, it's not
Yeah,
Well, it's an
pretty
Android tablet.
overly-
Hey,
overly
but the-
clocked.
It is very fast. I
Yeah.
got to play with one.
Now
It's
the
cool.
the other thing though is this iPad Mini. If it comes out at that price, that's a good price for a little iPad.
What was the price?
250 bucks.
Yeah.
That would take
So
out,
I mean, I would probably buy one.
that would take
You
out the
would?
touch.
Why?
Well, because I've got this works because with my job I've got an Android and an iPhone now.
Oh, so that's why.
And if
And his
I
wife already has the iPad.
she's already got the full on iPad.
Yeah.
That would,
yeah,
so-
if you've
little
got an
mini iPad.
iPhone, then of course.
No, it won't work. I can't have a smaller tablet than
then-
her.
but
It's a guy
I
thing.
got
The
it.
eternal debate goes
But-
on.
I got to get
but-
the Samsung Note Tab,
but
Yeah.
but
It's not
after,
tiny. It's
the
just small.
45-inch one.
but you're missing this. Is there?
It's cold.
By going to this price point, it's gonna make the iTouch like totally irrelevant.
Useless?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people will pay for the extra for the 7-inch.
Oh yeah,
screen,
like
right?
why would you get an iPod Touch?
They'd be
You wouldn't.
pointless.
Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah.
pointless unless you want to have like my first.
I
iPhone.
wouldn't be surprised if this was the end of the iPod, really, in the end.
Possibly.
The
Yeah.
iTouch, you mean?
Or
No,
the
the
iTouch.
The iPod Touch.
I don't think that any.
They might
like,
upgrade it to a 7-inch or a 5-inch.
I still think that there's room for one of those around though, like a smaller
Like a shuffle
storage.
type
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
Yeah, they'd have to drop the price.
But the screen size
Yeah.
is what's going to differ it from an iTouch, right? Because why would you pay for a 3.5-inch screen when you can get a 7-inch screen?
Well, that's
Mhm.
it. Bigger is better.
But I have an iPod Touch.
I have
like
a Touch. And I love it. I love it.
You
And
can watch
the,
movies on that sucker.
the screen broke, I don't know, 2 years ago.
Oh,
I-
it's
no.
rugged too.
she
Oh,
said
of
first
course
gen,
it's-
so we're talking like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay, but I've got an
2007.
MP3 player. It must be
Decades.
10 years old that still works.
And that's
So-
awesome. And that is like
Yeah, I've got an
amazing
original iPod,
engineering
yeah.
that if it still works that long.
Oh no, I had to have it.
redone.
No, I had to
Just
have
the
it
battery.
serviced 3 friggin'
Oh.
times.
Wow. I have
So-
one. I've never
so
had.
this
But never
article-
again. I'm just going to throw it in the ocean. But what I do,
That's
Well, it's-
litter.
okay, what I use it for is to listen to books and whatever, so
Yeah,
that
that's
I,
smart.
so that
But
I.
you can do that with your smartphone.
No, but
it's my smartphone. It uses the battery up, and I've got this iPod Touch that is useless for anything else, and the
It's just another
battery
piece of
on that lasts a day and a
yeah.
half.
And the difference about
Yeah,
it
well,
too
you
is
just
if
you
you
just
have
you just buy one of these.
yeah, but if you have an
Stone.
okay, but here's what I'm
I
thinking
have
too.
one of those too.
You just plug it
it's
in?
a-
But you're
okay.
more
another
focused.
Other batteries.
But
Or you need to buy a Richard Solo.
But I kind of understand what Bonnie's saying
Solid.
because she's actually focusing
Awesome
on what
batteries.
she's listening to, right? Like with us
Yeah,
with these
charger
smartphones,
things.
we're always
Cool.
like going through them, going like, "What's the next cool song? What's the next cool song?" But
Oh no, I
Bonnie
don't
can-
listen to music.
No, I know that, but I mean, for you to put a book on there, it's like a focused approach, right? It's like I'll have this single-use, smaller data size because it's like things I want to listen to just solely without getting distracted. I understand that. That's
Cool.
I don't know. I think it's actually a good point because I think that's still viable.
The small iPod.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, well, they're stressing in this article that the mini iPad is not going to be a bigger iPod Touch. It's going to be a smaller iPad. So
So it's a cross between an iPhone and an iPad, just without phone.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You can
So,
Is that
Skype.
Wi-Fi?
so how is that different than the bigger
Does it have-
Samsung?
does it have a SIM
thing
card in
that's
it,
Also
Andrew?
a phone.
It's the same size. It's the same size as the
Samsung
Samsung,
Note.
but thinner.
the
and
Note
longer.
is 5 inches. The Note 2 coming out at the end of the
And
month
It's the same thing. Thinner.
is
and
So
even
it's
bigger,
just
5.5
more
inches.
Stuff
the same stuff.
for
Yep.
people to choose from.
Yep.
and-
Yep.
Really
If
good.
you don't want a big iPad, you can get a little mini.
Hey, and
But
I
the
think
thing
that's
is, the
If
interesting-
you're
Or-
secure in your masculinity,
that's
The
that's
interesting
branding
thing with the
statement.
My feminist
with
side kicks in very well.
the Nexus 7, there's no external memory. You have what you buy is what you get,
Yeah.
and it's because they want you to buy from their marketplace, just like the Kindle. It's a closed system. You
Yep.
can buy from the Kindle App Store, and with the Google
and
7,
Kindle's amazing though.
You know
And
what's funny?
it's the
Everybody
same thing. They're just trying to create a walled garden to sell
for
sell
sure.
you this stuff.
And
It's-
they're amazing.
Everybody
I can't see that.
bitched at Apple because they had their iTunes and they call it the walled garden, and yet now they're all going towards that.
Yeah, well, if they
It's just a
Having
business
to use
strategy.
iTunes.
no, but having to use their own the App Store of the platform that you're using. So with
But I
Kindle,
don't have to with Android. I don't have to. I just go to the whatever website I want, push the button. I can even go to a
It's
URL,
open source, right?
push the button, and the file gets downloaded.
yeah, but if you're using, say, a non-rooted
Oh,
Kindle Fire,
okay. But why
You're-
would you run a non?
because you're getting it for
anything?
$200, and you know the average person that gets it is going to buy from the Kindle store because that's
Okay.
what's
That's
there.
what they do.
And
Okay, but the
Yeah.
first thing you should do is
Same with
root whatever it is you've got, and then you can do whatever you want with it. But you don't have to be a mental giant to go to a website or to go to a site that has a file, push the button, and it
Yeah, you do.
downloads automatically.
Yeah, you
yeah,
do.
yeah, you do. Yeah.
I don't want to have to.
I mean,
search.
everybody in this room except for Marcel and maybe
Bob.
the Save and Maiden
Bob, yeah, right. What's your T-shirt all
could
about?
do that, but how many of us actually would?
Hey, Bob,
Maybe the Gaben.
I would.
I want to know where you got
maybe
your
do it.
T-shirt.
I probably wouldn't do it. I would
What, my
just
tweetable one?
Really?
Yeah, no, I probably
It's like
wouldn't.
Dead simple.
I
Why
wanted a
would you?
surprise.
Look,
All the stuff is there.
That's not a
All
wait
this
for.
stuff.
you,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
is your phone also
Okay,
unlocked?
yeah, I see what you're saying. To actually take more advantage of the hardware. You're not talking about to bypass the App Store.
No, it's fast. So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you know what the file, the hard part is knowing where the file is. Once you know where the file is, you push the button, it downloads fast. You don't have to go through the damn store,
And all of a
do
sudden,
all of that crap.
and all of a sudden, your phone's bricked.
Oh no! Oh no, that's true.
Not with an
That
Android
is
phone.
So
Oh
true.
yes, I
You just
did.
take the battery out, you put it back in, and you
Wow,
just
No,
Andrew,
that's not true.
I didn't expect you to throw that out there.
Why
That's-
not?
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't even think about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the risk you take when you.
It is downloading software that's
Whenever
open
you,
source.
whenever you.
Oh, yeah.
No, but even just if you're rooting the phone,
Viruses.
Oh,
you're
yeah, for
rooting
sure.
wrong.
If you're trying to do
there's
that
a
complex
chance.
stuff,
There's
yeah,
a chance you're
you
gonna
could bone it.
brick the phone.
But most of those people are already the people that are also developing. So.
Isn't that a harsh
Yeah.
term, bricking a phone?
No, it
Yeah.
is. That's
Because
what
it
it's called,
becomes a
because
brick.
It becomes
It's-
a brick.
Something
Becomes a brick.
Painful.
That's what it is. That's all you got
There's more,
left. is it?
I would consider like doorstop.
No, well, it is
Yeah.
a
Brick,
doorstop,
they're so tiny and thin. Maybe
but it is a brick
you know,
because
you
you
slice
can't
your
use it.
phone. Oh,
Yeah, it's a kid's
slice of
toy after
cheese
that.
now.
Remote controlled bolt.
Not even a
anchor.
kid's
Oh,
toy. Like
right.
that's like giving your
Toyification.
kid a rock and being like, play with this.
Okay, so I didn't brick my.
Have you ever
iPhone,
heard of the
but-
Pet Rock?
Yeah,
One of
I
the
did.
most
I bought one
ingenious-
of those
Oh my
when
God.
I was
There
a
you
kid.
That's so funny. We were just talking about Pet Rock this morning at a networking event because there's this guy who helps people promote products and different things. And somebody said, "So what would you do if somebody brought you a Pet Rock?"
I'm so using that in my next event. Welcome. Here's your pass. It's a pet rock.
Yeah,
you are
exactly.
required to show the pet rock at any and all times of exiting
Here's
the
your
building.
rock.
Hey,
Here's your rock
as-
pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
The
you
blue
know,
button.
I bet you now the Pet Rock's
Well, like-
Pet Rock's gonna have a QR code stuck to it.
Hey, yeah. Why don't you do a
Hey,
startup?
don't give off my secrets, all right?
You should do a
I
startup
can read your
startup
mind.
weekend where you create a company around modern pet rocks.
And it should be at least £5.
With
It's
laser.
the
But the thing
Flintstones.
is how much does it cost for that many rocks, right?
Well,
And
how
then
many-
how do
No,
you
they'd be
distribute them?
virtual.
How do you put them?
1,500 people,
Do you put them in
1,500
like bags and send them off
Yes.
to people?
No,
And
they'd
how
be
much do you
virtual.
pay?
They'd be virtual rocks.
Virtual.
You'd have,
rocks?
now you'd have
Oh.
to, the person would have to
Virtual rocks
register, and you'd give them their barcode rock.
My God.
Yeah.
And you give them a name.
Etched in with a laser.
If
So
you
what is it?
smell,
But what does it do? Do you just like,
What, the rock?
oh my God, I
So-
figured it out. Never mind.
Yes.
I
All
totally
right,
have
thank
the
you.
first game. Thank you very much.
Hashtag.
James.
awesome.
James,
you can
I
you can
swear I just saw
This
one
is
What-
being
what would you call your-
gaming reality with
you can
James.
thank us
Yes.
later. Okay,
James, what would you
we're
call
gonna
your
move
pet
on.
rock?
Pardon?
All
What would you
right.
call your pet rock?
Rocky.
Of
That's
course.
original.
Seriously,
Jay.
Jay.
He's
I'd
gonna
call
call
it
it
Fluffy.
Do better.
Nest egg.
Better than Rocky?
All right,
I
we're
see.
gonna
that's
reel
why
it
our
in,
Now I
reel
can
it in,
control what it
quickly cover
was.
this topic here. We're going to
Moving
quickly cover
right
this,
along.
and we're going to move on to the next one.
All right.
No, let's
and
just
that
drag it out.
is
Olympics.
The Olympic social
Yeah.
media blackout. So what do you
Ended this
so what do
week?
you think? I know Bob's opinion. Bob's like,
Yeah,
But,
you got it
um,
right on.
Olympics? When was that on?
The
so
last
basically
16
Banned
during-
in Canada.
That was the Winter Olympics. That was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. Olympics? What are you talking about?
I heard it was jolly good.
It was pretty good.
Ripping.
It was bloody brilliant, really.
Well, okay, so during the Olympics closing ceremonies, they were doing a run rate of 90,000 tweets per.
yeah, the statistics are
Per hour.
staggering.
Yeah, it just blew away.
They
all
did-
your-
Per
Is
hour.
everybody bitching
In-
because there was
in-
no social media?
No,
Yeah.
it was
No,
the
actually-
people being engaged with the
It was all the
conversation.
people going, what the?
Well, no,
the
no, no.
Spice
It
Girls?
was
Yeah, but no,
It
no,
was
no.
at the
Hang on.
bus.
Let's look at the history.
Tell me
of
what
this
you
thing.
want. What you really
Yeah,
want.
but-
so in the first day,
Look
in
at
the
the
first
Somebody
day,
to
history.
shoot
So
the Spice
old.
Girls.
in the first day of the Olympics, they passed like the 2008 mark of tweets in the whole Olympics. Right, shows how much further social media.
well, no, but like compared to Beijing,
yeah, it
uh,
blew away in the first
well,
day.
just
Consider the
no, but
Chinese
just in the
suppressed-
closing ceremonies, they did more than they did in the entire Olympics in Beijing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
And it's
2008
insane.
was really early days. I mean, 2010, our Olympics was the first real social media.
So we're gonna
Olympics.
pair. We're gonna.
Bonnie was a key player in that, as you should all know.
So here's the thing. We're gonna
She's
pair
got
this
that
story.
Bonnie effect though going on.
Yeah,
Bonnie
Bonnie does
effect.
have her.
There's a
Bonnie.
good one.
Bonnie should have got a gold
was
medal.
Bonnie live tweeting during the closing ceremonies?
No.
No.
I didn't go to anything.
You didn't
during
watch
the
it on
Olympics.
TV or anything?
No.
Did you, Randall?
I was.
Oh,
was
so
out
I
and
see what
about.
you're saying. I see what you're saying now.
I was an outlaw.
You're saying she was the reason why we didn't beat London, because she was out doing other stuff and she wasn't tweeting and
No,
spreading
I
the word.
was tweeting. I just didn't go to any of the.
No, I'm
okay.
talking back in 2010
Yeah.
when Bonnie was part of the Metro Blends News Squad,
Oh,
Nice.
which came in at number 7 on the list
branding.
of branding ahead of Visa that spent over $7 million.
nice.
Whereas the Metro Blend News Squad, which basically created their own badges and got into a ton of events and just had a whole
It was guerrilla
they
style.
had a whole
I love that.
they had a whole team of bloggers
And they
that
spent
were,
millions of dollars.
no they
Wait,
had
wait!
a total,
You should be suing the Canadian government because they totally stole your ideas, the closing ceremony outfits. Because they had jean jackets with cool badges on it. So
Yeah, there
you
you
should
go.
totally sue
Anyway,
them.
the Metro Blend News Squad is
You
noted. There
influenced
are
it.
websites where you can figure out, you look at it, it's like, yeah, they ranked number 7 ahead of Visa, spent multi-millions of dollars. So, and Bonnie was part of that team.
Okay, so what do you think about the Olympics saying you cannot use mobile hotspots?
Yeah, I know. That sucks.
Yeah,
That made no
Spite me.
sense.
And then enforce it draconian.
Well, I mean, actually, I can
Show
sort
me
of
your
see the
papers.
point because they've got an exclusivity for one network, right? And then if everybody's using
As China has learned, you cannot stop social media.
no, you can't stop social media. But what was happening was people were sharing their hotspots, and then the sponsor who was actually selling it wasn't making any money. But in addition to that, it was crashing the network.
Are we talking about NBC?
No, we're talking about
We're talking about people broadcasting on their phones.
on their mobile phones, creating a mobile hotspot.
I don't understand why they would be even like trying to stop this sort of thing. It's a
Because
time
Because
of
they didn't
dickhead.
have
But
the-
here's the thing, like
because they
I
didn't have the
understand that
they
you
didn't
make
have
a
the
lot-
bandwidth.
But here's the thing, I understand
That's-
you're making a
Oh,
lot
hey,
of
now
money.
hang on. I want to step in
understand-
here with the bandwidth issue. That's what they said. Oh, we don't have the bandwidth. You're messing up. And actually, it was nothing to do with that.
No, it's
There
got
was
everything.
a bottleneck at the fiber optics plant.
Well,
It's
but,
control, and they're just
No,
getting
but-
pissy because they
yeah.
can't control
Well, that's
social
it.
but
media.
here's the thing, though. Like, I want people to realize, like, there should have been at least the ability to experience it from as many places as possible. I mean, we have that kind of technology now, and you could amalgamate that technology to create your own sort of thing. It's just you're not being smart enough with it.
But
Yeah.
but
You
if
know,
that
like, if
happens,
you're-
Sponsors are
Okay,
greedy.
so what
it's
about
great
this?
to have sponsors. Like, no, like you can still showcase them in a positive light. But I don't think what NBC was doing by delaying the Olympics to make
Oh,
it
that wasn't
TV
cool.
friendly is actually
Yeah,
the
no.
point.
that was
right?
stupid.
This is about the world coming together on the platform of the stage and testing their mettle
at
against
Marcel's
each other.
microphone
Right?
again.
I mean, it's
It's not my fault this time.
Marcel's just going limp.
Okay, I have to
but
say,
I think it's a world event, and I mean everybody should have access to see it.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
I completely agree, but the reason why NBC did that is because when they broadcast the Australian Olympics in 2001,
Yeah.
they did it in the middle of the night, and
Nobody
watched
watched.
it,
Yeah.
and it sucked for them. And
But here's the
right
thing,
now,
like,
no, right now they are the 4th rated network out of the 4 big ones,
Yeah.
and they have been forever and
They're
ever.
behind
So
Fox.
they kind of have to do this.
Well,
right
Fox
now
is doing
because, like,
awesome stuff these days. So whatever.
They are.
Fox has Family Guy.
But the last time they did
Aren't
it,
they the
Family Guy?
wackos?
the last time
Yeah,
they
they're
did
the
it, it was
right-wing
regarded
wackos.
as a failure, so they can't fail this time, and it was
On the news
a
side,
strategic
anyways.
move.
But here's the thing that NBC did wrong. When they were showing like promos for the thing, they're like, "Watch Michael Phelps win another medal." And it's like takes the whole drama out of the Olympics.
Well, they did a survey and they said a great majority of the people were interested in the event, even though they knew who had already won the event.
Really?
They wanted to
Oh,
see
yeah.
the American
But that's
win.
great.
It's just
But that's
whistle
the part.
sure, absolutely.
How come every
It's
time
easy
I turned
replay.
on the freaking TV, it was like men's water polo? It had to be the most boring event
Okay.
to watch.
So
Can,
Even with the
Why are you-
undercamera.
Okay,
Were you
so what
watching above the level
Still
of the...
boring.
Yeah, yeah.
Still boring. Still
You're watching
boring.
underwater.
okay, last point on the social media thing. In all these Olympic athletes, they have sponsors that take them through their 4 years of training, and then when they get to the games, they're told, and I guess this is standard practice. It's not like it's a
about your
surprise,
country.
but it's. Hang on a second. There's a blackout period where you can't mention your sponsor unless it's an official Olympic sponsor, and even on social media you can't, and you have to sign a contract saying that you won't do that or you're not in the Olympics. Now, what do you think of that? Like, now this is the thing. I can understand these sponsors spend a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot
and
of money.
and somebody like Bob, who's like,
And we got to remember
Mr.
about
Viral Marketing, great idea guy,
world-class athlete.
is going to come up with this way to ambush
It's
the
gaming the
but-
system.
but-
Yeah.
but-
ambush the
the other thing you got to remember, this is
the
going,
sponsorship.
This is about tradition as well, right? And you're not gonna like kick the hand that's feeding you in the face over something this is about the world. It's not about
It's
business
also just
necessarily.
about people
And
wanting to
it's
share their
what?
experiences.
Yeah, no, but that's fine. They're not saying don't do that. They're just
Okay,
saying
it
that
is
you
about
can't
business in
that
some
you can't
sort, okay?
promote your sponsor or engage with your sponsor.
But I understand that.
until before you can do it before.
But
These
and you can
sponsors
do
pay
it
a
after.
lot of money to be in the Olympics.
So it
Like,
used to be a
lot.
7-second delay for swearing. Now it's a
Suckers.
7-second delay for a sponsor.
No, it's like a
shout-out.
few week delay.
Yeah.
It's a few week blackout. You can't talk about your sponsor
Which
or
makes
engage
no
with your
sense
sponsor on
Because
social
it's
media.
about the games. It's not about the sponsors.
No, but
Well,
what
ask
a-
the sponsors who
it
it's
is about the sponsor.
Certain sponsors,
wasn't for the
okay?
sponsors,
Certain
these
This
guys
sponsors.
looks like it's going to be a big sponsor hoe
It
down
is about
here at
it
the
is
Bunker
about the
Project.
sponsor for the person for the
I
person who
think
doesn't have
sponsor
the funding and the money, and
Yeah.
they're depending on their
Yeah.
sponsors
Yeah.
for
But
this
this-
whole time to get them there in the first place,
Sponsor, schmonser.
and then they can't even talk about them.
Well,
Can we talk
the
about
Canadian
the
government-
robot that tweets, please?
The robot that tweets.
But there's thousands
But
of them.
Curiosity-
Lots of bots.
Is that
out
the
there.
one that's on Craig
the
Ferguson?
rover Curiosity. I love him. It's
Oh.
like NASA.
We
I've
watched
released
it
the,
live.
I've released the rats. I released the mice
We've
you
lost
sent
it here
up.
at the
They all
show.
died. What next?
All
Did
right.
anybody watch that live?
No, I
that was exciting. I
missed
stayed
it.
up in the middle of the night to watch that.
That was
Rover?
actually very cool, and it's so
The
sad 'cause
rover.
In the '60s, people would all be riveted to their TVs. I mean, now it's like we're landing a thing on frickin' Mars, and everybody's like, yeah, whatever.
It's the Olympics.
So on
over there.
YouTube
for
They
sure.
were more
Peanut butter.
interested in those guys'
Come on.
hair
But-
than what
The
they
mohawk?
did.
You know what? To me,
or
it's not a big deal. I'm more
or-
impressed with the car that drives itself.
Oh,
way more,
don't be
way
dragging
more impressed. I
Google
mean,
into
if a
this.
car can drive itself,
Andrew, where do you think all this technology comes from?
the Martians.
Yeah, we're stealing it from the aliens.
But no, seriously, I mean, what they've done on Mars is freaking cool.
Oh
It
yeah,
is.
no,
But
it's
okay,
awesome. It's
Awesome.
unbelievable.
On a lighter note, there are several really funny the Mars rover tweets
Yeah.
that are coming out that are
Yeah, they've done a good job
they're
with that
entertaining.
robot.
Yeah, well, NASA, they were talking about that on Twit. NASA, because they've been downsized now, they're really embracing social media, and they're doing an awesome job.
So I'm following the woman that actually does the tweets.
Yeah.
She is so friggin'
So
funny.
I'm
she is good.
So what's her?
And
What's
who
her
is
name?
that?
give us a-
McDonald McSomething. She's just like this ordinary looking woman.
Sarah,
and
All right,
she's
we'll find
been
out. We'll put
tweeting.
it on the in the show notes.
Yeah.
What do you
yeah,
expect her to look like a Martian?
I'm following their sarcastic rover because he's far more entertaining.
Yeah.
So anybody here?
Twisted mind.
Anybody here looked at what's it called? Medium.
No.
One hand
No?
went up in the room.
I don't. She was pointing at something.
Well, I
I don't
looked
know
I
what.
can't
at
believe
it,
she just put her hand up.
Are we
It's
talking
like
the TV show?
No, we're
I
talking.
was pointing at Randall.
Oh, Randall.
Oh, thanks.
We're talking about the new Twitter
to you.
founders launch a blogging platform
yeah.
called Medium, and it's kind of a
Yeah.
combination of
If you build
Tumblr
it,
and
will they
Twitter and Facebook
Only
and
if it's the right
Pinterest.
movie.
Yeah.
And so apparently it's pretty neat. And Kevin Rose went on there and did his first post, and it was about peeing. And everybody
That's going to really get people to go.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, everybody said that they've spoken too soon about Kevin Rose reaching a certain level of maturity. And the first thing he does is he goes on to Medium and writes an article about peeing, but
I respect
but
that.
You would.
he was peeing with Al Gore.
Dude, that's a
With him or
story.
on him?
Having a slash with the gore.
I think that's a funny story. You know, I don't know.
Anyways, it's pretty good, and I guess we'll probably talk about this in the future when it
Okay,
Erupts.
well, let's
Develops a little bit.
see what else he does
Yeah.
before we really judge him.
Hey, actually, they got a lot of money from Dig recently. He was acquired by Google with Milk.
Oh my God, he's doing
yeah.
awesome.
He's doing pretty good himself.
Well,
He's got a $200 million
he's-
fund to play with every
Well,
year.
He's investing in companies.
and he's doing a lot of good stuff. So
Yeah, and his track record is awesome, apparently.
And
Anyway,
He's just got way too much
and he
money.
actually does it
Till now.
himself. No, but he does his social media stuff himself. So you gotta give him
Yeah,
that
yeah, he's
respect.
I
pretty-
think,
he's pretty
okay,
straight.
I
That's
give
pretty
him
cool.
props for that because
Yeah.
you can't outsource your social media because who the hell else knows what
He
you want
used to do what Bob and
Amazing.
Andrew. Technically, I mean, we could get compared to this at some point.
It's
But
okay.
Dig Nation was when they sat on the couch and drank beer with the webcam on. So.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
no,
was
that
an
was-
awesome
that's a-
series.
that's a
Those
good
guys.
show.
So you're,
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
you're saying there's hope for us?
Yes.
No.
Oh,
There
yeah.
might
not
be-
really.
there
We're
might
way
be-
more hardcore than those guys ever were.
Yeah.
We are way more hardcore than
It's
they
true.
Were.
It's
We
true.
drink
Totally. It's
way
like-
more beer.
It's a
Okay,
bigger
so,
room, more people. You know, it's crazy.
You're a big fan of what's it called?
Airtime.
Airtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They haven't been doing so good these
no,
days.
they haven't been doing good. So
No.
what they're doing to
People
counteract
decided
that,
to kick them when they were down after a month. Like,
Well,
what
no,
a bunch of dicks.
No, because they were in their business plan and everything. They said they were going to go viral and they're going to achieve
they
this.
did
and
a
that.
good job.
Well, no,
They're
they're
close.
But nobody stuck around.
the problem is because it's
Fastest I went my
private
whole life,
one-on-one
but I fell off.
videos.
It's not private.
Airtime?
You can chat with people publicly.
It's
So
like
tech-
Skype.
well, okay, so yes, it's one-on-one.
It's one-on-one.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So what they've done is they're adding the ability to
Group chat.
and to post the videos on Twitter.
Wow. Way to catch up with Google like last year.
Yeah.
I love
Isn't that
Airtime.
Google
Don't get me
Hangouts?
wrong. No, I love Airtime. But Airtime was cool because of one-on-one. It's not their fault. Like, they're only a month in, okay? They had a ton of people come on. They had Scooter Braun that showed up one day
Yeah.
and brought way too many Justin Bieber fans searching for him.
Oh,
but they
God.
didn't realize that was just going to spike their traffic and nobody was going to stick around because it was only for a treasure hunt.
Yeah.
It wasn't about actually having an experience
So the
with each
gaming
other.
maven is
A
saying
real treasure
give
hunt?
them a chance.
I'd say give them a chance at least. I understand that this is a cool idea. Maybe if you weren't into Google Hangouts and you just want to go directly into a group chat, sure, this will be cool for you. Get to meet lots of new people. But I think it's too early to ever consider a company down after only a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
good
a little
point.
harsh.
It is super harsh. And I mean, like,
Welcome to
they
the
just-
21st century.
But they need to establish their community. They need to get the
turnaround.
people that
It's all
are
about
actually
instant
using it.
gratification.
But
You
here's the
bet.
thing: like Instagram, Facebook, you have those users that stick around with you. They'll help you with your content, things like that. Google Plus is built off of that. There's like maybe 15,000 people that provide 90% of the content on there
On what?
on Google Plus.
There's like 5
Is it
people, I
that-
think. Isn't it Guy Cow?
Well, the guy
No.
Sawakaki, you've got
Robert Scoble.
George the Sulu,
Pete Cashmore from
oh, yeah,
Mashable.
George
C-Tweet.
Sakai.
George Sakai. Anywhere
posts
he
some
goes,
funny shit
he gets
sometimes,
like
that
5
guy.
million people.
Yeah.
You know, Guy Kawasaki's one of them. Robert Scoble. You've got the guy Chris
Brogan.
Prilla.
Brogan, too.
Brogan.
Brogan.
Okay. Yeah, and then you got Kevin Rose, and you've got Alex Albright, all the guys from Revision
Yeah, but
3.
you could say that about Twitter too. Everybody who's got the
Well,
$1 million plus, and some of us who don't have $1 million
the thing
don't
is,
count.
with the people that have like over 1 million accounts or over 1 million followers, that's only like 0.01% of the actual population of Twitter. By actually having over maybe like 600 followers, or actually over 150, you're actually in the 2% of the Twitter people that
Woohoo! I'm
actually
2%.
have.
You're 1%.
Yeah.
Well, kind of, and technically, but I mean, the people that follow you, when you get people that with the really high numbers that are following you, chances are they appreciate you from your content. So you should actually get a feeling of boost in you when somebody of that caliber decides to start retweeting you and
I've
think
had
you're
Guy
cool.
Kawasaki follow me.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, and
nice
as
guy.
and we
Yeah,
were
me
talking
too.
about the Save and
Long
Maven
time
and
ago.
How
getting
many
his
have
first,
just one?
her
follower?
first? Yeah, but his first. follower.
You're
But
unique.
not for long.
But yeah, I mean, it takes time to work at it. It
Yeah,
takes your
did-
time to
okay.
build up to 75,000.
Shut up,
Yep.
James.
Very cool. Okay, so
Hey, it's time for Gaming with James. Excellent.
Marcel had something to say.
Yeah, get Marcel.
I was going to say I'm already a second follower.
it's time for gaming with James.
James, come on. You haven't had a chance to speak today.
Oh,
so we
yeah,
wanna-
right.
Yeah,
And,
I was trying to get in on a good topic about Twitter and
Hey,
Google
game it, dude.
Plus.
Game
Anyways, we're in overtime, so you're going to have to be quick on
All
gaming.
right, what are we
Gaming,
talking
gaming.
about?
You sent us a bunch of links today.
I know. Which one do you want to talk about?
Any of them are cool.
Angry Birds.
Okay, one of
Angry
them's called.
Birds.
One of them is a game company that's supposedly called a mode girlfriend mode.
Nah, there's another one
The
that
what?
had a real. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's to make the game easier, so that when you're
When you're
shooting,
playing with co-op.
yeah, when you're shooting and if your bullets bounce off the walls and hit the targets.
But supposedly that was just a blog making fun of.
That's too bad
you
because it's a
taking
great
quote
idea.
out of context, and it was quick.
You should
to
have
see how-
drunk
Ricochet?
mode. So
Well,
anywhere you shoot, you kill
the guy that wrote the blog that you sent out, he said that for him it would be awesome because he's not good at those
Yeah, he's
shooters.
not good at it.
I think they
And
should have a drunk
he
mode.
spends
for
more
sure.
time
For all
on the
the-
reboot page than he does in the game itself.
Exactly.
For all the uncoordinated people out there.
Exactly. Spastic.
Hey, we talked about that possibly having games that are that only are as hard as you can handle them. So then it's more enjoyable because if you're always getting your ass kicked in the game,
Yeah.
you quit
Yeah,
playing.
just put it away.
Well, that's
That's
It's like a
Pong, isn't it?
responsive.
You
that's
get
not
like
really
a
true,
learning
though.
game.
That's not really true though, because I mean, like, if you have a game that's always equal to you and you always win, it's no fun.
No. It's always challenging.
It has to be challenging.
It's always challenging, but
Yeah.
it's
But
not,
not
like
impossible.
Not
impossible
stupidly
and-
challenging.
Yeah, it's like,
It-
oh man.
Okay, there was a lot of the stuff, and this thing is kind of going back a little ways, but we don't really do it as much anymore, which was trial and error. And with the internet these days, you just have instant access to how the game works and what's going on, and somebody to tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you had to go to the playground, you had to go talk to somebody else, or at least the water cooler or whatever.
You had to go see the Oracle.
Yeah, you had to ask the guy that got the furthest in the game and be like, dude, I am here. How do you get past it? And you'd be like,
Yes.
well, you grab this from there and this from there, and then you go there and you do this. And those have evolved into these like strategy guides that we actually have these days. So
It's a good career.
well, no, they're not bad. But I mean, it's weird how like now as a society we're so instant gratification in terms of that sort of stuff. We want to know the answer to it
Yep.
now,
We'll
but
pay
we're not
for it.
willing
Damn
to
right.
we're not willing to actually explore for ourselves.
The thing is,
Cool.
will people not pay for games, but still play for the advice to beat those games?
So here's
Now,
the
that's
thing.
an interesting conundrum.
Chess is one of the
Yeah.
oldest games ever. Chess is one of the oldest games ever.
Yeah, but you can't game it.
Yeah, you can. There's
Well,
different
if it's
strategies.
electronically, I guess you can.
You mean when
different-
you memorize?
You memorize strategies, movement patterns, things
People
like
have
that.
been
That's-
doing that
that's
forever.
Forever.
Yeah, but
Professionals
that's
do.
not instant gratification, guys. So
It
don't
is when you
sell.
beat somebody. You're like, yay. I don't know.
The
That's
low
what
stuff. Yeah, I know.
it's you versus the machine when you're playing like that, right? Something is challenging but not impossible.
Mhm.
So when you add the human factor into it, it's a lot harder to take because certain people are better at certain things.
Well, my
Absolutely.
computer beat me at chess, but
Well, it's like that.
I whipped his butt at kickboxing.
It's like-
I
should drop kicked it out the window.
I love that. Yeah,
It's like that.
the saving maven can stick around. That's
It's like that scramble game. You know, the Scrabble game.
yeah. Words with
It's-
friends.
Yeah, that one. So you're playing that game, and if you're lazy and you just find a word and you just put it there, then you get your ass kicked, and you're like, screw this. And then you just concentrate and you like move things around. You look for triple letters and triple
Yeah, yeah,
words and
yeah.
all that kind of stuff, and you end up getting like 99 points and everything.
It's whether you're
Then
playing-
nobody wants to play with you anymore.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to, okay, I'm going to spend like 20 minutes looking for the right word, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's there.
Yeah.
And then you get like 60 points.
Yeah.
But the person you're playing actually has to be willing to actually, unless they're super smart and can just figure things out right away. Me, it takes me, if I'm going to get like a ultra high score on that, I have to really stare at that
You got to focus.
board
Oh,
and
yeah.
focus and,
Yeah.
and make up a bunch of words and see if they're actually real words. and then I get
Dude, I do that all the time too. I'm like, where's spell check on this shit?
oh, come on, give me a break. Kafuf is to a word.
Is doink a real word?
yes, it is. Yes.
Anyways, let's before we close out this show, gaming is what you're all about, and you can basically, you've said it before, Klout is a game.
Yeah, Klout is a game.
Yeah, it's
And
gamification.
It's hilarious how they changed their formula for the
algorithm.
last couple of days.
Yeah, we were just talking
I'm a
about it.
fucking 62, baby.
I know you just.
Oh,
Hey, I am a
64.
And you
Yeah.
were what, 40 last time?
67.
No, I went from
Whoa.
a 52, or I think I was sitting
Yeah.
at 49,
I
all
went
the way
from
to
a-
62.
I went
Holy
from a
shit.
50.
And I changed my actual profile too. I went from a specialist to becoming a broadcaster, which is way more true to the content I provide.
Yeah,
See,
so
I
did
went-
I. I went up to something else.
I
too.
went from 55 to 67. I'm still a
I like that.
specialist.
I
like
was
they
a
finally
51.
figured it
I
out.
was a 51, and I don't know it's weird because the app on mine said 51 for a long time,
Yeah.
and I didn't actually open it and go in. And then I opened it, went in, all of a sudden, boom, it became 64. I'm like, what the hell? And then I went through the the history,
Yeah.
and it's been like going up for a
Steadily,
month,
yeah.
but it didn't show up on the little push
No,
notification.
they
thing.
must have fixed their algorithms because it's
They
been
just
Yeah,
changed
it's-
it.
yeah, it's more accurate, yeah.
The thing that's also funny too is they actually have premium features now, and if you
Yes.
invite 10 Facebook friends, you get it for free.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yep.
and I think everybody here got the Klout OG achievement, which is kind of funny. It's like, hey, thanks for being with us from the beginning. It's like, okay, but status people, I don't know if I like that. I know that's
What do you
something-
mean?
There's
Status
a new
people.
thing called status people, which tells you how many fake followers you have.
Yeah, you don't like
Oh
that?
yeah, that's our next. That's our
Yeah,
next.
I
topic.
use that.
Oh.
Oh, is that on link?
It's
That's
brutal.
on
Statuspeople.com.
I use it for foreign
fakers.
languages and for people that don't have a picture. They just have the egg. Those people
Big.
get deleted instantly.
But I like Klout now. I think it provides a little bit more legitimacy, like with the algorithm changed a bit.
I ran that
that's
fake
'cause yours went
followers
up.
check on a bunch of people.
Yep.
But it was more with my style. Like, I mean, I am mostly a broadcaster. I'll see something like, oh, look at this stuff. And it's like not a lot of, hey, this is me. This is what I'm
But
doing.
they change it all like every week.
They do. They kind of
Or so,
refine
yeah.
it.
Yeah, but this time they're
We're
not getting
bored.
a lot of flack because everybody's scores going up, so everybody's happy.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a ploy.
It's
In a
when it
month
went
and a
down,
half, we'll
everybody
be
got
down
mad.
at
They're
42.
trying to make everybody happy.
It kind of ticked me off though that there
Use
were
it more.
They give accounts that have like not user generated content that it's just using like Buffer or Hootsuite. Something.
Now that's a good
they
question
get
because
they get 100 points, like 99.
Yeah,
and
because
it's just
yeah,
like
but
how do you?
they're huge amount of
I
content.
know, but
It's called gaming.
it's not gaming,
Yeah, I know.
but it's a good strategy,
I
and
still
you're
have
not
to-
always
I
on
still
it. You
have
don't
to
have
get
extensive
read the
content.
tweets that go
I-
out. But yeah, I'm not going to sit there and tweet them all personally. Of course, I'm going to buffer them.
Well, I figured
I
out
put,
how I
Makes
don't
sense.
even have to choose which ones.
Yeah.
I put this.
Bonnie's the
theme-
ultimate
Well,
gamer
aren't you
gamer.
special?
I like to
Yeah,
think you guys have
if
a
you
different
can do it, why
style
not?
of gameplay. Mine's more reactionary, and yours is more like studied and proactive.
We're going to crush you.
I put.
Oh
on,
no!
On Google Plus, I put a post out that says Klout is changing their algorithm again. Klout is complete crap.
Did anybody notice?
And then Craig Griffiths from Australia, he commented and said, Klout is a perfect example of something becoming a standard because of a vacuum. And then I said there's alternatives like Cred and Empire Avenue is one too. And
I
then
don't
he
like
said,
Empire Avenue.
You used to.
I used to a long
Yeah.
time ago, but
Yeah, it's
after the
boring.
year,
We're bored.
But the game of it is
it
kind
wasn't
of.
boring. It was just people weren't using it the right way.
But what
Well,
about the
yeah.
analytics part of it, like the analytics with the score?
It was confusing.
Yeah, it was.
It was
Okay.
really confusing because you get like the score that said like this is your score and then this is your audience score and you're like,
And it's
well, what
like,
the hell
which-
does this
yeah.
actually mean?
I know.
Yeah.
It just
Where's the
give me a
value?
break.
Like where's my like Twitter interaction? How many followers do I have?
Yeah, yeah.
How many
it
like
was.
status yourself, Klout, they have good. Klout doesn't have the best, but I mean they can keep track of
But
your,
it's easy to understand and follow.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah,
super
that's-
easy
yeah,
to
that's
use
what it's
graphs. They're
designed
like,
to do,
oh,
right?
you had this person join you.
This
so
is
now
your
you have-
reach. This is your
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
What's
you
the
see
other
good.
one? Peer Index.
So
or
then,
something.
Which one?
Peer Index, isn't that?
Peer
the-
Index
Oh,
is a good
and then
one.
there's like
Cred.
oh,
There's
man.
Cred too.
Cred,
Cred.
yeah.
What was that one that Bob tried to get us all do? It was like
I
a
can't
social
remember.
recommendation.
Social
service for
Bro?
jobs.
Really?
Social
No.
Bro is kind of neat.
No.
The,
Yeah, I
the
like
info
it.
you get from that
Credibility.
is awesome.
Yeah.
But with this, following this conversation that I had with Craig, he then went on to say that the fundamental formula is lacking because there's influence and then there's measured influence, because he says that if I put something out there that's to do with Blackbeard or social media, he's going to be really interested in it and he's going to be influenced by it, but he's not going to repost it because none of his followers care about it. So he says that's silent influence. And then I said,
Yeah,
good
but
point.
that's weird.
Well, subliminal influence.
It's not
you can do it
measurable.
that way
It's
too.
influence, but it's not measurable.
I post a lot of stuff I like, and that's what my followers seem to like. So
Well, you're
No, but
curating.
his
That's
followers
just
are like his
curating.
kids and stuff like that.
Yep.
Then he brings up the point that Klout and these other services that measure influence favor people who curate over
Yeah.
people who create.
They
Yep.
sure do.
I wanted to
it's
get
more
Bonnie's
entertaining.
opinion. I tagged you in this to see if you would say something, but you believe
No,
that's
I
true?
absolutely agree. My Klout score is now 73. My Klout score is high because I curate all the time.
hmm
And that's what I figured out. That's
Just like boom,
That's-
boom, boom.
yep.
But
What's-
what about
what's
a
the program
prolific,
you use-
a
you use
prolific?
for stack?
What's that?
What's that program Bonnie loves?
Buffer.
Buffer thing.
And
Buffer,
now
yeah. Oh, I
I-
use
Buffer
Buffer
makes
now.
it really
She
easy
sold
to
me
do,
on
man.
Buffer.
IFTTT.
I
Oh yeah, if
Oh,
this
yes,
and that.
I-
Yeah,
you've
that's awesome.
discovered it. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it?
Love IFTTT.
I know, it's great.
And Buffer.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
But yeah, I mean, you can game it just like you can.
Do
Klout,
anything.
Klout always
Just like you can
was
press-
gameable.
you
Yeah.
can just press it the second time, and you can totally crash that
But
castle.
okay, so someone who's a total prolific blogger putting out awesome content and YouTube videos and everything like that, isn't just organically, aren't they going to get a lot of followers because of the content?
Not necessarily.
So you're thinking a curator has an advantage over someone who's spending all their time
I think
producing
so.
content.
Well,
think
here's
so.
the thing. If you go to YouTube and you look up video games, you see a lot of people that are using old content to generate new content. They're just curating old video games to like kind of put them in the storage. You know what I mean? So, I mean, people appreciate you sharing stuff with them. And if you're sharing their stuff, they're even more happy.
And with that note, we would like to say thank you
Is
to
that correct?
Wix,
I
our
agree.
sponsor.
Okay.
No.
Gotta share
Wix.com is the easiest place to create a website online. Its drag and drop interface makes it super easy to create anything
very
you want.
cool.
If you can imagine it, you
We
can create
heart.
it.
Yeah, there's a learning curve, but it's awesome.
Yes, a good night to Wicks from the Wicked Wicks of the West.
We love you, Eric.
Oh, hey, yeah, Eric wasn't here, was he?
No.
We
He
will
wasn't
drink some
here.
wine in your honor.
All right, Jeff.
And thanks for calling in to the 1-877-636-1474 and leaving your feedback.
We delete them all. We delete them all.
Craig Griffiths, I'm talking to you.
Craig Griffiths, you call us now.
I called that number one. Was that last one? Yes.
Actually, Marcel, the movie yearbook, is one of the few people that actually has called it in the past and said that he didn't know anything.
We wanted to see if it worked.
Just leave us a drunk one.
Leave a Gaming with James question.
Yeah, leave a Jamie with James question. I'd love to hear that.
See you again next week
Watching James gag is
for episode 103.
Bye.
What do I do with those fat red birds? Yellow birds.
Oh, the fat ones?
Yeah, because you push them and
And
then
then they get big.